Well, guess what? We're doing a review today on one of my all-time favorite movies ever. You guys know what that is? Oh yeah. Yep. This right here. This movie is just amazing. It really is. I can't believe I'm saying this, but there's so many people that have never even seen that movie. For example, I saw not only the 3D re-release of it, but I also saw an IMAX same weekend because I'm a nerd. And I remember I was sitting next to a woman. She had to have been in her mid to late 60s. Never had seen this movie. So I just kept my non-judgmental eyes to myself. And it was real fun because I probably watched this movie, guys, at least 100 times. And yes, this is going to be some spoilers. So, spoiler alert for those of you who have not seen Jaws. For those of you that choose to not see Jaws, no judgment here, but I do feel sorry for you and really hope you give it a chance. But anyway, the scene where they go to bed in Gardner's boat at night. And you guys know the scene I'm talking about. I knew that was coming up. She didn't. So I got to watch her jump at all the scenes and everything. And it was really, really neat. The first time I ever saw this movie, I was probably third or fourth grade. And then I'll never forget, the next day we went to the beach in the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, I was holding on to my family member's leg, not wanting them to let go, looking everywhere for sharks. Because sharks exist, believe it or not. And there's thousands of species, and the world is covered 75% ocean. But anyway, this movie, I have nothing against the Meg and the other shark movies, but like I said in at least one of my other videos, unfortunately everything now is it's CGI. It's all CGI. So people, they make fun of and they say, oh, this is the one with the cheap animatronics and the puppet. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you mean the shit that actually fucking looks right? I mean, it broke my heart when they took down the Jaws ride and the King Kong ride at Universal. So, this movie, I mean, it's got the video game on Nintendo. I have the video game for PlayStation 2. I mean, guys, I have all four original posters hung in my apartment. I love this movie so much. And with me going on a vacation, God, less than a week now, I'm going to watch all four movies like I do every single year. I love them. I do. So, for the review, this is one of my all-time favorite movies ever. I do like it out of all four of them. But I'm not going to compare it. I'm not going to be talking about the other ones. This is my part 1 video. Next video I do will be on Jaws 2. So, this movie, I thought Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss were all great. And it's like, you really felt like you were with these guys on that boat. I did not get to meet Richard Dreyfuss when he came down to Pensacon. He was really stuck in a bunch of professional photo ops and shit. And after me waiting like over 2 hours, I'm just like, all right, I don't have to meet him. Because I still got to meet Chief Brody's deputy. Remember him? Remember the guy that was in Jaws 1 and 2? Chief Brody's right-hand man? Yep, I got to meet him. Super, super nice guy. And that's actually my one of my main photos on my Facebook page. I got my arm around his shoulder. I got my Jaws shirt on, and which I no longer have. Had to outgrew it. But and he was wearing the Amity Island police hat, and he got me an 8x10 picture, and it's from when he goes on the dock, and Chief Brody takes a cigarette out of his mouth. He goes, "What are you doing? Go out there and talk to these people." Well, what happened was, instead of him just signing his name, he asked me what I wanted him to write. I said, "I don't know. What do you want to write?" And he said, "Brandon, how about this?" He goes, "What's the matter with my printing?" And I said, "What's the matter with my printing?" I thought for a second. I said, "There's nothing wrong with your printing." I said, "But you should listen to Chief Brody, and you really should let Polly do the printing." And he just laughed. So, super nice guy. A lot of people think that Jaws 1 and 2 was filmed in Florida. That is incorrect. Unless I'm told otherwise, 90%, if not all, of this movie was filmed at Martha's Vineyard. There may be some stuff in the Universal Studios lot, but Martha's Vineyard for this one. And unfortunately, I cannot afford to go visit that place. Way too expensive. But this movie originally was going to be R-rated. There were some cuts taken out. And one of the main cuts they did take out, which I wish they kept in, was the guy that was at the beach in his little paddle boat, and he ended up just losing a leg. You know, I know the shark kills him. I'm just saying, you just see the leg. Well, if you guys watch the deleted scene, it's a lot different. He actually is holding one of Chief Brody's kids in his arm while the shark has got him inside of his mouth, and he's slowly pulling him under the water, and blood's just pouring out of his mouth. God, I wish they kept that in there. But it probably would have been rated R, and guess what? I would not have been allowed to watch it, because my family was so strict. I couldn't even watch the Sci-Fi Channel until I was like a mid-teenager. But anyway, this movie is it amazes me. It astonishes me. If anyone ever asks me what's your favorite shark movie, I don't even have to think about it. Jaws. What's one of your favorite horror movies? Jaws. Yes, I consider a horror movie, not just action or a sci-fi thriller. Jaws is definitely a horror movie. So, what's one of your favorite monsters? Jaws. Okay. Yeah. You know, what's one of your worst favorite shark movies? Probably Sharknado. But like I said earlier, they make so many shark movies now they can fill up the ocean. But you know what? They better not ever fuck around and try to reboot this. Leave it the fuck alone. This is perfection. I love this movie. Please don't do a re-release of it and try to reboot it and remake it. Just leave it. I mean, guys, this film is just... I can't wait to watch it. I will watch it probably a little over a week from now. Like I said, my vacation technically starts as soon as I clock out of work this coming Friday. But I definitely will be watching all 4 of these. So, thanks for listening, guys. As usual, I am and always will be the Movie Nerd 85. And my next video is going to be talking about Jaws 2. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.